one of the questions is like, what do you know about the NAACP? What do you know about the current leadership? Or what do you think they need to change or improve?
Or what do you know in general?
Yeah, just pretty much like my thing is like, what do you feel like, what do you know that they have done like now? Not historically, we talking about like now. And is it something that you feel that they need to change or, you know, like what do you think?
Well, I'll start off with saying the first thing I know is that I'm not sure completely of the whole acronym, but I know specifically that I think the misconception a lot of time for the people that I know, they think it's just for black people, but it's for colored people. So
right,
black, brown, yellow, whatever you are. So that's for starters. Other than that, I don't know about our current leadership. I do know let me see if I get the national advancement.
Yeah, national advancement.
National Association of
Advancement of Colored People, right?
Correct.
So I know that me being a part of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, we donate some money towards the NAACP during our year. So that goes to part of our, dues maybe. I don't really want to relate my fraternity to it, but other than that, I'm not quite the most, I don't like speaking in ignorance, so I don't know too much more, but I do know that, I mean, it's for the advancement of our people. And when I say our people, I mean colors at the time. Other than that, I couldn't tell you much more. That's really about it, honestly. I try to do my part and try to help what I can, but other than that, that's all I got for that.
Do you feel like that's an association that you would like to be a part of one day?
A part of? I don't know if I would necessarily say I would like to be a part of it. I would like to be a part of a better cause to inspire and help people. I could say like, I'm necessarily, like I said, I don't want to move in ignorance or really speak on anything that I don't know much about. But I would try to I try to help our people as much as I can. As far as being a part of the organization, I would have to do my own personal research before I actually vouch for something that you don't really have full knowledge on.
Great answer.
But if you look at like currently, like now we got all the kids in doing virtual learning. They almost like they in college doing online classes. But if you think about it, if you go back to the era, the NAACP stepped up. We educated our kids. We taught them our history, not allow nobody else to educate our kids and tell them the history. And that's a lot of things that I feel like moving forward, we as blacks, brown or whatever color, should get our kids involved in a movement. It used to be something through our history that a lot of people loved the name, loved it to say they was a part of it. And it's like now, it's like, where's the relevance? Outside of a big tragedy, then you see it. So is it really for the cause or is it for the light? So, and that's one of the issues that a lot of people say, well, only time you see them when there's a camera rolling, and we have to change that narrative. But it starts with leadership, and it starts with the foundation. And the foundation has been built. The structure is there, but it's just like a store. You go in and shop and you go out. You go in and shop and you go out. But if you're not putting your kids in a position and we're not going back to our natural roots, then what are we really doing? Because we can walk all day. We can hold a sign all day. And it's a lot of people, they love to be in front of the camera, they love to hold a sign, but they don't want the pain. I know the pain. The police killed my son. So when I walk, I feel every time I see a mother that has to go through that, I feel the pain. I've been there, done that, and I know the road they finna go through. And I'm like, oh my God, I hate this mother gotta go through that, because it's a pain that ain't gonna never go nowhere. You expect for your kids to bury you, not you bury your kids. But if you look at it now, it's more so mothers is burying their kids. So when you start looking at history and you go back to these different entities, you gotta say, where's the foundation and where are they at? And it cannot be that you're driven off your own agenda or your own personal motive, because when you have a crown and you have a title and you saying that you're titled in a position, it's never personal. You can't make it personal. You might have to think about a lawyer might not like the act that a person have committed, but they still got to stand up there and represent them. That's your calling. You can't not make it personal and go in a room and tear down and bring division, and then you get on the microphone on the platform and say, we need unity. You the biggest devil. You might well go stand with Trump, because I'm confused. So you have to really look at the leadership.
I respect that. I feel a good way about it. I feel like a lot of it, well, personally for myself, I'm not part of many organizations. Like,
I speak for like the youth, because I feel like at the same time that's the leader. I mean that's the future.
That's right.
So you got a lot of people that are grown. Their mind is already adapted to what they know and what they want to do.
They said.
They said kids, they're what's called pliable. It's so pliable. They're able to like
You
be
can mold.
molded. Yeah, they're able to be molded and taught the right way. You feel me? So they not moving like, as I say, in ignorance. You know, understanding black love. Because the only time we really get a lot of black love, and me speaking of being in my 20s and actually like going through it, and I've actually been blessed to go to college and get out of the inner city and stuff like that. We only love each other when somebody gets violated or killed.
Right.
For the most part, so you don't ever really get to see nobody ever like out here like, oh, genuinely showing love. It's always
Right.
some hate, jealousy, envy, what the next person got, and you know, you start with the youth, you teach them a different way, you know, show them a different way, inspire them, show them what they can do, rather than being in competition with one another, try to help build one another.
Yeah, but that's true though, and it makes a big point. And in order to be a leader, you have to know how to lead. And a leader don't always mean taking control, giving orders, being in the front. The most powerful leaders are behind the scenes. And a lot of people are just spokespersons. So you got to identify that spokesperson from that leader. Because just because you see them all the time in the front, that don't mean they built the leader. Because they can lead you to damnation.